hiyo ilikuwa at least kuona vile mambo inaweza kuwa. Siwezi jaribu. Testers.
Yes.
Mtungi wa kazi.
Tumefanya
hata kama sijui lakini
Yeah, because I want to finalize all this fast this weekend. She felt that I've been discussing something serious.
Omar, we were waiting for you to finish your phone call.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. No problem. Yes, so we can proceed to the charging station.
I think
that is very important. Kenyans watakuwa wamekuchomolea ukumi. Okay.
Now, you can find it again all the motivate. Sasa, kati bagi yake kana. Yeah, takio no shikanya.
My shoes are very dusty. Don't worry.
Jana tumoto. Walifurahi kazi imeisha mapema. Sasa saa nane kesho.
Kuna vumbi huko na hiyo tunasikia.
Na mimi tena ni wa kwa zoezi karibia leo. Huko sana.
Of charging and too many satisfied customers. And the
QR code, yes.
and then
the payment options pop up. Yes.
So that's easy.
Yeah. So can charge to
That's the next generation.
Yeah, definitely. 2 cars at a time. So this is an AC charger. So we plan to have this across the country, in the different towns in the country. Pick 8 shillings, which I think is a fantastic proposition to anyone who wants to take up EVs. Normally people have, the car comes with a charger. Yes, but once we have a proper charging station port, then we will also have chargers stored for customers to be able to use. This is actually one of the first charging stations in Naivasha. For us, we're looking at deploying charging stations across the country in different towns. And the idea here is to encourage e-mobility adoption, not just in the main cities, but as well as the rest of the country. One of the future plans that we have around basically addressing that issue is working closely with the government to see how we can deploy charging stations as fast as possible. In our plan for the next 1 year, we're looking at deploying 300 charging stations. then that will be spread across the country. The other thing as a business that we're doing is looking at ways that we can address the lack of infrastructure by increasing the range in our units. And the way we are doing that is by integrating different renewable energy processes, or basically sources. For example, like solar. We did a test with our tuk-tuk, and basically our four-wheeler, we have a solar wrap on that addresses the range anxiety issue. Also, we're working very closely with the government to see how we can ease the process of importing EVs. We're excited that they're offering incentives around this, including reducing the excise duty, and we're also looking at them reducing the customs duty. We hope that we're going to see that implemented very soon. Beyond that also, we want to be able to support them by providing adequate information for them to make those decisions. The government has given a tariff for EVs for charging, and the tariff is 17 shillings per kilowatt hour during peak hours and 8 shillings off-peak hours. That means that you can get as little as 20 shillings, even below, per kilometer if you use EVs. For the commercial space, that is an excellent solution. We've seen quite an increase in the last about 8 months. We've seen the units increase from less than 1,000 last year. Now we are at about 1,500, I believe. 1,500 population total of EVs in the entire country. We are working closely with the government to make sure that we meet the target of 5% of all units registered or cars registered in Kenya should be at least 5% of the total car population. So we're looking at about 200,000 by 2025.
I think we are on the right track with promoting accessible and affordable charging stations, which is an important incentive for more people to buy electric vehicles, to use various electric or hybrid solutions, and it will be for the benefit of all. The current energy crisis, or if you will, triple planetary crisis, fuel, food, and financing, creates some imperatives, and one of them is to add additional solutions to the energy mix and to look for solutions that are less dependable on oil or on fossil fuels and more dependable on the green solutions and on renewables. And Kenya has been blessed with so many natural conditions that actually facilitate that, but has also been blessed with people who are active, who are engaged, and who want to see things moving in a better direction for the future. And that's why we have been really happy to be part of it, and we look forward to having more charging stations and building on this cooperation that starts here in Naivasha, where we see that the conditions are really feasible, because not only you have the people who can drive this effort, but there is urban space like this which is easily accessible, which is well known, and which really helps to make things easier, and then it should be replicated in other places. It's good that this has started, and let's make sure that we move in the same direction. We see it on the global in the global scale that actually by 2050 we will see that major car producers globally will shift. They will no longer be producing traditional fuel-based vehicles. Those will be sooner or later discontinued, and the future is hybrid or electric. So the sooner Kenya joins that particular effort, the better. It's a proven fact that 70% of carbon emissions actually do happen in the urban context. just like this one, and cars, of course, are huge contributors to that. In particular, again, in the urban context. So, if we can reduce from 70 to, let's say, 50, as we are trying to do by 2030, then we are doing the right thing. And this is this particular initiative, even though a small contribution is the step in the right direction, and I hope others will follow. And we see it as a seed that is being planted, and that should grow big.